LGBT and questioning youth are 4 times more likely than their peers to attempt suicide. These statistics should disturb everyone, and they're not going to change until we all make a commitment to challenge, interrupt, and speak out against hate.
84% of LGBTQ students reported that they've been harassed. 40% reported that they've been physically harassed, and 18% reported that they've been physically assaulted because of their sexual orientation. We have the power to change these numbers when we get involved. We need it to get better.
I know what it's like to be rejected by your family because you live a life outside of the closet. Sometimes you have to make a family out of the friends who love you unconditionally. I can't promise that coming out is going to be smooth and that you'll never be harassed or bullied, but I can promise that there are people out there who care for you and that it gets better.
You've heard that it gets better, but how does it get better? It gets better when we are the voice for the voiceless, when we stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. It gets better when we stop the name-calling, the bullying, and the violence. It will get better. We will make it better.
When I was growing up, I knew that I was different. I couldn't put my finger on why I was different, but I just knew. But as I matured, I understood that I just didn't fit in many ways. But I tried to live the life that was expected of me, even to the point of getting married. And of course, that didn't work out. Luckily, I found somebody evenly yoked and just like me in many ways, and we have created a wonderful life together for the past 27 years. Things are happening today that I never thought I'd ever see. And now I hope we've opened conversations to where people will take more seriously the bullying issue. It has to stop. And for every negative voice out there, I have to tell you, there are 100,000 people with loving, kind voices who care. You are not alone. Things are getting better.
There are certain situations that we need to get tough on in life, and one of them is coming out and being who we are. But things do get better, and things can always get better.
I believe it does get better. I can remember being in high school and hearing my father tell me I would never succeed or be in my dream career because I was gay. When I came to UMKC, I held on to that. I hid from everyone and didn't want anyone to find out. Then I went to the first annual Pride breakfast and I seen the lady who was above my scholarship standing there pointing to her partner, and that's when I knew it was okay. It was okay for me not to hide anymore, and it was okay for me to be myself. Over the course of time, my father has even accepted me now, and that's how I know it does get better.
I guess I've always been that skinny, gay, blonde cliche, which kind of made it difficult sometimes when I was growing up in a small town. I remember one day going through my high school as a freshman, and this really good-looking, popular boy came by, scooped me up, and put me on a water fountain, and then turned it on. So I was wet and completely mortified. I remember running out of school, crying all the way home, and thinking, how could anybody be so mean? Today, he is kind of the cliche of that ex-football jock that kind of peaked in high school. And I am now in college. I'm surrounded by brilliant professors and infinite possibilities. So I'm here to say that it does get better. You just got to stick around for it.
In my experience as a gay man, life gets better when we organize and build coalitions with allies. Social change is hard. We have to build the connections and resources that allow us to find our own voice.
I'll admit it wasn't easy growing up as a lesbian in a small town in southern Missouri. I wasn't bullied in the traditional sense. People didn't call me names, and I wasn't physically harmed. In fact, I was considered popular. However, I feel like I was bullied by society. I lived a fake life. I lived in constant fear of my secret being discovered. I never got to be me or who I wanted to be. When I finally came out in my early 20s, things did get better. However, there were still those in my life who said, "Oh, what a shame, she'll never be happy, and she'll definitely never have a family." Well, they were wrong. I promise you, things do get better.
It was the night before Thanksgiving of 2003. After months of despair and depression, I tried. I tried to end it all. Suicide. I was lucky I got help, and it got better. It took work, it took time, and it took a courage and determination I didn't know I had. But today I'm the person I always dreamt I would be, because it does get better.
I want you to know that it gets better. But it only gets better because we all take responsibility. It's your responsibility, it's my responsibility, it's our responsibility.